Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our series building decks based around the reprints from Innistrad Remastered. On today's agenda is an Aristocrats deck led by Liesa, Forgotten Archangel. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Liesa, Forgotten Archangel is a 5-mana 4/5 legendary angel with flying and lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature we control dies, we return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. The two things every commander deck wants to do is ramp and draw cards. The more cards you see, the better chance you have of winning. Liesa doesn't exactly draw us cards, but she does allow us to replay creatures that have died. She also serves as a limited form of graveyard hate, which is always useful to have. Now, I wanted this deck to be under $50, but I couldn't quite get it down that low without cutting a couple of key cards. But don't worry, the deck is still under $60. It is also, as I said, an Aristocrats deck. Longtime viewers of this channel will know that an Aristocrats deck is an engine requiring 3 pieces: creatures to sacrifice, sacrifice outlets, and payoffs for sacrificing our creatures. Normally, when I build an Aristocrats deck, I want lots and lots of token generators so that I can have enough creatures to sacrifice. Liesa doesn't need token generators. We can just keep casting and sacrificing the same creatures turn after turn. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made almost entirely of renewable resources, rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist print, like the new Squaros series. As part of a set, you can call upon all the Ninja Turtles to protect your commander decks, like this one featuring Leonardo. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lanes and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Isolated Chapel, Snowfield Sinkhole, Sunlit Marsh, Tainted Field, Desolate Mire, Caves of Koilos, Shine Shadow Snarl, Temple of Silence, Orzhov Basilica, Bajuka Bog, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 10 Plains, and 11 Swamps. A nice, simple, and budget mana base. You'll note that I included the 2 common typed dual lands in this deck. This is so that if you want to upgrade the list in the future by adding some fetch lands, you already have a target for them to find. Our mana ramp consists of Pitiless Plunderer, Pawn of Ulamog, Life Insurance, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Hierarchy, Orzhov Signet, Marble Diamond, Charcoal Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Wayfarer's Bauble, Burnished Heart, and Solemn Simulacrum. A good mix of thematic ramp, mana rocks, and land ramp, as it should be. I wanted to include Black Market and Warren Soul Trader in the list, but both of those were outside of the limited budget I was working with. For card advantage, we're running Karmic Guide, Midnight Reaper, High Society Hunter, Grim Haruspex, Village Rites, Sun Titan, Deadly Dispute, Corrupted Conviction, Reckoner's Bargain, Phyrexian Arena, Sign in Blood, Read the Bones, and Vampiric Rites. Yes, I know. Why would we want graveyard recursion if our commander does it for us? Well, what about times when our commander isn't on the battlefield? Backup plans are rarely a bad idea. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of a Cursed Marauder, Plague Crafter, Cathar Commando, Eradicator Valkyrie, Shriekmaw, Demon's Disciple, Fleshbag Marauder, Merciless Executioner, Priest of Forgotten Gods, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Disenchant, Fracture, Generous Gift, and Despark. Why, yes, that is a lot of creatures that force our opponents to sacrifice something. Why do you ask? For board wipes, we're running Damn and By Invitation Only. Flexible and powerful, as it should be. For sacrifice outlets, we're running Viserys here and Bartolome del Presidio. Our payoffs for sacrifice consist of Ellis-Hill Core Sadistic Pilgrim, Cruel Celebrant, Zulaport Cutthroat, Blood Artist, Bastion of Remembrance, Sir Conrad the Grim, Corpse Knight, and Marionette Apprentice. Finally, the core of our deck consists of Infestation Sage, Selfless Savior, Kami of False Hope, Selfless Spirit, Teysa Karloff, Elenda the Dusk Rose, Doomed Dissenter, Doomed Traveler, and Valkyrie's Call. I also wanted to include Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, and Sanguine Bond in the list, but those were just a bit outside my budget. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 36 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 14 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 15 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in our commander and Bojuka Bog. 1 sudden I win card in Valkyrie's Call. Okay, so Valkyrie's Call doesn't win us the game on the spot, but what it does do is double up the value of all of our creatures. Picture this. We have Valkyrie's Call and our commander on the battlefield. We cast Plague Crafter. Everyone sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, and if they can't, they discard a card. We sacrifice Plague Crafter. Valkyrie's Call triggers, bringing Plague Crafter back as a 4/3 angel. But it still has its Enter the Battlefield triggers. So once again, everyone sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If they can't, they discard a card. We once again choose to sacrifice Plague Crafter. At our end step, Plague Crafter comes back to our hand, allowing us to do this all again next turn. I almost feel dirty telling you about this, which is why Cute Stuff isn't allowed to get her hands on a copy of Valkyrie's Call for her Liesa deck. Aristocrats is not a fast combo deck. You don't just combo off and win on turn 5, which is why it is important to be methodical and inevitable. You are not the threat at the table until suddenly everyone is down below 20 life and they realize that the next time someone board wipes, you have enough Zulaport Cutthroat triggers to kill the table. Draining everyone for 1 or 2 life each turn isn't enough to make you the archenemy. But suddenly having the ability to drain everyone for 20 just puts a smile on my face. Do you have a Liesa Forgotten Archangel deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgi, Nausman, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devin, Lucius, Sint, and On. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.